So in the last couple videos on my channel, I have been building and decorating my high school. And today we are finally going to be finishing it. So what we have left to do is the music classroom, the art classroom, the principal's office, and the maths and English classrooms. So with the plan laid out, let the building commence. Alrighty, so as you can see, I've literally done nothing since the last video. We should probably start by actually designing where all the rooms are going to go in the corridors and stuff. I think it makes most sense for the principal's office to be right at the front of the school, maybe in this zone. So I'm just sketching the outline of the classrooms here, and let me show you like an aerial view of what each of the rooms are going to be. Obviously some are already done, and since I'm going to be the principal of this school, I definitely want to start off with the principal's office. And comment down below, guys, did any of you ever get sent to the principal's office? I am so interested to know, and if you did, please tell me what it's for. Like, were you actually in the wrong, or was it something so ridiculous like running in the halls? Anyway, as you can see, I've just constructed the desk here. I've made it pretty simple. Is there other things? Oh wait, what? Desk organizers? When have these been in the game? I've been using this basic 2015 paper when they have organizers. That's actually encouraged me to build like a filing cabinet over here. So we'll put a bunch of files, obviously. And then isn't there things like sellotape that we can also put in here? Yeah, there is. So it's like if we need any stationery, because the principal obviously has so much paperwork to go through. We'll also decorate the walls a little bit. The next thing I'm adding over here is probably not something that would actually be very realistic. But again, my school, my rules. I'm actually adding an ensuite in the principal's office. So it's like if I'm having a long day in here, then I just don't even have to leave, even if I need a toilet. I would put a shower, but I think that's a bit excessive. We'll obviously add a mirror because I am someone, guys, every time I'm just walking down the street, and this is in real life, I will always look in my phone camera at myself. Is it just me? I just get so scared that like my hair's blown out, like I've got a bug on my face or something. I just get so paranoid. Oh yeah, and that's my other argument. Wind is definitely the worst weather. Wind is literally worse than thunderstorms. If you guys take ages doing your hair in the morning like I do, then you will know how annoying it is when it gets blown out by the wind. But enough rambling now. I'm actually adding quite a few places to sit, just because one of the main purposes of the principal's office is actually to get sent there for like a timeout. Oh, and I also put a schedule in the bathroom, so when I'm just having a quick, you know, number 2, I can just look, oh, 6 p.m. dinner. Dinner? This is a school, mate. And actually, wait, didn't the new update add a bunch of lockers? Yeah, they did. Everyone was absolutely hating on me for my custom ones. Look at them. They do look like I did them blindfolded, but I'm just going to add some of these little ones so these can be like what the principal confiscates. Of course, plants, because this wouldn't be my office without plants. I think I might change my middle name to Plant because I'm just so obsessed with plants. And last but not least, we're definitely going to need a fan in here because working in here all day, you're going to want to keep cool, especially now that summer's coming. Summer is literally round the corner, guys. Okay, next room. And actually, we should probably do the corridor because this looks so weird, all empty. And I know a lot of you are going to get mad at me for not using the new lockers, but I'd rather use these ones because they actually got to the ceiling. I hope some of you at least appreciate my handmade lockers. Put a massive school crest here, and this school has like 50 names. Each of the signs has a different school on it. I'm also trying to make this school pretty modern, so we'll have windows looking into this class. We'll also have some tables here, maybe ditch the ketchups though, and instead we'll add some books, and these can just be some study areas and also just some places to sit. And I've got this mini painting which for now has a maths equation on it, but these are actually going to be the labels of each classroom. And hey presto, that is the upstairs done. I've not said hey presto ever in like my whole life. I don't know where that came from. So the first class I want to do is this music classroom. The music class needs to be kind of colourful, but when you think about it, there's actually only 4 colours really in Bloxburg. There's blue, green, pink and yellow. Like there's not actually that many. I'm feeling a green circles vibe. You know, the music teacher is always they're actually insane, but they are the best teachers, aren't they? Because they're just so funny and crazy. So I want the wallpaper in here to reflect their personality. That is how deep this build goes to my heart. So I'm going to steal the principal's desk, and I think they should have the desk in the corner. Instead of having files though, let's hop into instruments, and we'll put some, what's this, a xylophone along with a tambourine. I'm also going to use these funky looking boxes rather than, you know, being basic with the traditional bookshelf. So the obvious thing to do is fill this up with some instruments, but we can also put things like my music trophy. We can also put some bigger instruments like guitars up here, and then we'll put a painting, and you're going to see me use this painting a lot, but I'll change it when we do the tour. Obviously, you don't want maths in a music room. Now we need to do desks, so I'm going to use these nightstands. Or are they a bit small? They are very, very small. Not a problem though. We will just use double desks, and the tip with these is to place the chairs first. Otherwise, it's so hard, as you can just then simply put the table. Next, I'm going to get a basic cube and resize this all along the back. This is where we can display things like guitars, so a couple different variants of each, you know, a bit of acoustic, which is like and then electric, which is like and then basic shapes again, because I want this classroom to have a mini stage, because if the pupils want to be a musician when they're older, they need some practice on a real stage, and every high school has a band. And then we can actually kind of make a custom microphone stand using a torch. Oh wait, aren't they called a flashlight in America? Guys, it's so funny. Every video I literally get something wrong because it's said differently in America. And behind it we can put a ginormous painting, which can kind of be like the backdrop. I'm going to put some lined paper on everyone's desk. I don't want to clutter it up too much because it is just a small classroom, but overall that looks dazzling. We'll add some roof beams and a fan. All right, so another classroom is checked off. We're actually doing this pretty quickly. The two classrooms over here, I think, is what should be the normal ones. And by normal, I mean maths, English, you know, the most boring basic stuff. And I want this room to be kind of fancy. So let's get a bookshelf out and color this fancy colors. And of course, we need books for reading because it's English. And not trying to brag, guys, but I was actually so good at English at school. I loved the one, I don't know what you call it in America, but in England you call it English literature. That one was my favorite, and that's the one where you like read books and then have to write about the book. And we did like Romeo and Juliet and stuff. And what I meant by make this fancy is I'm gonna add pillars in between each bookshelf, sort of as we go along, and it makes it look like a unit. And my life's goal in this school is to add plants into every room. I've added a similar desk to the other rooms, but this time we'll add books because it's the English teacher. And I've added blinds in case we want to act something out in here. And you might be thinking, what? This isn't a drama class. But did you ever in your English class like act out some of the book you were reading? We did that and it was literally so funny. So like acting out Romeo and Juliet, it was so fun. And I've just realized this classroom is so long, but there is space to get through, which is the main thing. That's the English class done. We have two more rooms. Oh yeah, art and maths. We'll do maths because that's basically just simple like English. Comment down below for real, like really give it thought. What was your favorite subject at school? I can't even pick a favorite because I was somebody who actually liked school. I never complained or anything about it. I actually loved it. So my favorite subjects were definitely art, music, and science. And again, I am going to change these signs, guys, don't worry. But I've gone for a different style of table in every classroom. The maths classroom probably has my favorite, like a mix of chairs and benches. And I'm going to add one table over here, which is going to be for the smartest kid in the class. Because there was always that one person in maths who was actually like, you wondered if they were a calculator. I'm not going to lie though, I do feel like this maths classroom is a little bit bland. But luckily we do have the art classroom, last but not least, which we can be so creative with. We're going to use these full wall trims. That's a tongue twister. So I'm actually whipping out some counters here, and you might be like, what are you doing? Why are you whipping out counters? Well, I'm actually going to base this classroom off of my in real life art class, which I used to have, and there was these blue counters at the back, and no joke, they even had cabinets. Like my art class literally had a whole kitchen going on. The obvious things we had in these were sinks, because obviously when you're in art class you get so much paint on your hands, it's actually disgusting. But the funniest things we had were hair dryers. We had hair dryers in our art class because, you know, it basically, the hair dryer would speed up the paint drying. But once, guys, I was drying my piece of paper with my art on it, and my paper set on fire. It was the scariest moment of my life. I was just holding fire. We'll add some paint buckets, although you didn't really have buckets of paint at school, it's more tubes. Then the teacher's desk was in front of this, so obviously if you needed to get to it, you had to go past her first. Then I'm going to try and make a custom table because the tables in art were so weird. They were like really, really tall and really long and thin, kind of like this. Then, yeah, there was really tall stools. And it looks like, oh, the stools don't even reach the table. No joke, they were literally like this. We'll also add some chairs like slightly untucked to make it look a bit more realistic. Along this wall, I want there to be tons of frames, and this can basically display past students' art. And what is that stuff called that hangs down from the ceiling? Garland. Yes, they always had this stuff around the top. And this looks so good, I think. So all I really need to do now is go in and change the decals, and then I can give you the tour of the full completed school. Hello everyone, and welcome to the grand tour of my high school. So all the decals are in, and the value is going to be revealed as 1.1 million. This is honestly one of my most expensive builds. If we quickly do an aerial view, I think we can tell why. I absolutely am in love with this. So let's start the tour. First of all, we have the outside area, which some of you might have already seen. It's basically just a bunch of areas to sit. And over on this side, we have a football pitch or a soccer pitch. So let's see if we can get a goal. Goal! And how much better does the school look, by the way, when there's actually rooms behind every window? Anyway, the first room is the reception. Again, we've seen this. Just an area to check students in. To the left is the cafeteria, which has plenty of space for all the students. Today, it looks like they're selling, number 2s for lunch. I am joking. That is the most disgusting joke I've ever told. And then here is the kitchen for all the chefs. Across the other way, we have the drama studio. So if you didn't watch the other video, it's basically like a scene is set up. They can watch themselves in the mirror or watch on the camera. But other students can sit around and watch them too. And there's even a dress up area where you can do your makeup. Through the stairs, we have a couple more rooms. So we have the nurse's office. We have 3 apples on the wall. And then this is where the nurse will sit and get you better. We have the football gym / assembly. This room is multi-purpose. I did add some of the new weights in, and of course the old ones have changed. And the last room downstairs is the swimming pool room, which is extremely bright, but I just thought I wanted my school to be a luxury and have a pool. And a very important notice. And outside, I actually added some of the new items, so we can now play basketball. Let's see if I can shoot a hoop. What? That should have gone in. Let me try again. Give that to me. Dribble, 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 dribble. Oh my gosh, I give up. Also, do you like my outfit? I didn't even mention that I've just dressed like an absolute baddie, and the back view is also slaying. But that's all for downstairs. So upstairs, we have a lovely like balcony area. We have some study zones. You can also look into some of the classes. And up first is the music class. So we have lots of seats for the students and many different arrays of guitars, which you can play on the stage. I work so hard. Oh, and I added the band from Diary of a Wimpy Kid. I thought that was cool. At least I think that's where it's from. The next class is English. This is probably the worst classroom because it's just so long. It's like playing bumper cars going in between each of the tables. Next door is maths. We got some cool math signs. Again, a nice view out these windows. A room I am really proud of though is the principal's office. My office. Probably locked that actually. Oh, I just got locked out my own office. So we have lots of filing. We have lockers with confiscated items. And of course, my own ensuite bathroom with a massive window. Actually, didn't think that one through. And finally, we have the art classroom, which is actually my favorite class. We have some very talented artists, apparently. Looks like Picasso. Was Picasso a painter? I think so. But yeah, we have the tables, which, oh gosh, get decapitated in there. And then just some more resources at the back, including a hairdryer. But hopefully, unlike me, you don't blow up your work. And with that, the high school mini-series comes to a close. I really hope you guys enjoyed watching this final part and the series as a whole. And thanks so much for watching this, and I'll see you all next time.